Are you wondering how to teach your child to share with others? Here's a step-by-step plan to work on this important social skill with your child. Number 1, explain sharing details. If your child is old enough to understand, at a time of no conflict, talk to them about sharing and explain that there are shareable items and non-shareable items. For example, a toothbrush is a non-shareable item. A toothbrush is a personal item that is only for one person to use. But toys and books are shareable items. A toy may belong to them, but it's shareable, and many people can enjoy it. While they are children, clothes are usually not shareable items. When a parent gives them medications, those are not shareable items. Help them understand there are things to share and things not to share. And by them understanding those differences, then they'll understand that sharing is a part of life, that we do that with other people with these certain things. Number 2, help them think about others. Talk about being helpful and thinking about how they can be kind to other people. Ask them if they want to be kind and helpful, because you know they're going to say they do. And when they say they do, then explain how sharing is a part of being a kind and helpful person. Number 3, make a sharing plan. Make a plan with them about how and when they will share with others. So discuss the scenario where they're playing with something and another child comes and wants to play with it too. Ask them what they would do. Talk about how to say a certain phrase so they'll know exactly what to say and what to do. Have them say, "I'm playing with it now, but you can play with it in a few minutes." Then explain that this is the sharing moment. They will decide then if they will be a kind and helpful person or if they will be a selfish person. Talk to them also about looking in the eyes of the other person and seeing how they become happy when they give the item to the other person to use. Doesn't that make them feel good to see someone else feel happy when they share? Number 4, role play. Now that you've discussed sharing with your child, do a role-playing session. Sit on the floor with them and have them start playing with a toy, and you can play with one too. Then ask them if you can play with their toy and let them practice saying, "I'm playing with it now, but you can play with it in a few minutes." Then allow them to play with it for a few minutes and remind them that they will have to decide when they will share. When they do share, act very happy and say, "Don't you feel proud of yourself for sharing so nicely?" Number 5, don't force sharing. If you noticed, the sharing wasn't forced in this instance. It was encouraged and practiced, so the child actually does the sharing on their own. When a child is forced to share immediately, or if the item is taken away and given to someone else, instead of feeling good about it, they will resent the idea that they have to give up something that they want. Their thoughts won't go towards the feelings of others, but instead a natural defense mechanism comes up that causes them to feel resentful toward that person that received it or toward the person who forces them to lose it. Number 6, if they refuse to share. If a toy is requested by another child and your child refuses to share, it's better to set them out of play for a while and you hold the toy. Don't give it to the other child. Your child needs to do that. Remind your child about the role playing you did and the sharing plan. Remember not to be angry, harsh, or shaming. Remind them that this is a shareable item and they get time to play with it, and then there is a time to share it. By having them sit out of playtime, it will give them a chance to think about how they're being selfish and decide to share rather than force it by taking the toy away and giving it to someone else. They need to willingly give the item up to share it. Let them learn to do that. Sometimes that takes a few minutes. Tell them to let you know when they're ready to follow the plan and be kind and helpful. Then let them sit out as long as they want to. That might be a minute or 2 or several minutes. When they're ready, they will come to you and you can ask if they're ready to share. When they say yes, tell them you're glad and you know they want to be a kind and helpful person. If it's appropriate, you can let them tell the other child that they will share the item in a few minutes, as was the plan for sharing. But if they've already had that few minutes and didn't share it at that time, then they may need to give the toy up right then. Give them the item back and allow them to do that. This again will allow them to make the decision of when to share on their own, but it is not allowing them to be selfish. There are more short instructional videos on this channel to help you guide your child toward good social skills. So just click on one of the cards now to see another short video that will help you be the most effective parent you can be. And don't forget to subscribe. Parents, you can do this. Thanks for watching.